Okay, welcome back, everybody, to another Ami Athletics podcast, the number one growing podcast for Bukharians in the nation. Check the stats. It's all there. It's growing. We're getting more views. We're getting a lot of emails, and we're getting a lot of questions. I don't know if we'll be able to address any of the questions because we got our own things to talk about, but thank you for tuning in. We actually have a very special guest, and I'll tell you why he's a special guest and why it's very different. Everyone's a special guest, but this one is a different guest. All of our guests were Bukharian. This one is half Bukharian, half Persian, and I say half Bukharian. Well, he's fully Persian, but
99% Bukharian.
That's what you guys want me to be.
He converted.
They say you are what you eat.
You eat only Bukharian food, but he converted. He went to a special rabbi. They sprinkled some pluff on him with the hands, and he converted.
That's the man.
We brought him in from Brooklyn. He married a Bukharian girl, and he never looked back.
That's the best thing ever.
Mishael Kohan, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Coming from Brooklyn to Queens, life in the Bukharian community. Go ahead.
So, my name is Mishael Kohan. I used to live in Brooklyn. I grew up there in Flatbush on Avenue L and 21st. My parents still live there. We went to Yeshiva Torah for elementary, and for high school we went to Mikdash Melech.
Oh, really?
In Ocean Parkway, in Avenue M. Rabbi Shalom. Shout out to Rabbi Shalom. Uncle Luman. We were a small Persian community in Brooklyn, Flatbush. My parents are from Shiraz. A lot of Kohanim there. And...
You're a Kohen?
Yeah. Okay. My father, my mother.
How did you meet your wife?
So, funny story. I met my wife. I was 18 years old.
Wait. Who you related to in the league? Elan,
Mickey.
So Elan Shamsi is your
you
brother-in-law.
Married Elan Shamsiev's sister.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people
Mickey
know that.
Shamsiev also.
Yeah,
Mickey's also very
so
popular.
Mickey has to call you Yazneh.
Whatever you guys want to call me. They call me Domot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So how I met my wife. Yeah, so I was 18 years old. My uncle wasn't married at the time. Long story short, he tells me, listen, there's a Persian singles event in Achiezer, in Avenue S, in Ocean Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
Come, there's a Persian singles event. Come with me. I was very close with him at the time. And it's okay, no problem, let's go. I was very popular. Come, hi, bye. A lot of my cousins were there, friends were there. So I went, talking, chilling, having a good time. And some guy, his name is Robin, tapped me on the shoulder.
My wife's uncle.
No, not that Robin, a Persian guy.
Okay.
He taps me on the shoulder. He's like, I have a girl for you. Okay, And she introduced my wife. And we're talking, and right away locked eyes. And right away, she was into me. I was, into her.
At first sight.
And you were 18.
I was 18.
How old was she?
She was, I believe, 20.
2 years older than you.
Yeah, 20. But I didn't look my age. I look older. Like you can see, I look like 50 now.
Okay.
He's mature.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That was a wrap.
So I told her, listen, I'm 18. She didn't believe me I was 18. And then my uncle left me alone.
And you were okay with dating Bukharian? She was okay with dating Persian?
At the time, I wasn't okay. My wife doesn't look Bukharian. She didn't act Bukharian. Nothing about her was Bukharian.
Your brother-in-law acts Bukharian. I'm joking.
Listen, but I didn't know my brother-in-law at the time. If I'd have known, yeah.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
All jokes. But, so long story short, she was there with a couple of friends. And they took me home that night.
Wow.
Some random guy from Brooklyn and these random girls from Queens, they take this guy home, 18 years old. And all her friends in the car were making fun. Did he pass high school? Did he have his high school diploma and stuff like that? And then I got her phone number and I called her the next day. Hey, what's up? I had a good time. You want to go out Saturday night?
Rest is history.
And I was 18 years old. There was no Waze or Google Maps.
MapQuest printed before.
Yeah, I hated that.
Did you feel?
Yeah, remember?
Did you? So
long story short, I went. There was a guy, Beeper Sound USA, next to my father's store. He had this pizza shop in Borough Park. Beeper Sound USA. Anyways,
this is way back.
Yeah,
like before.
Yeah, this is before you were.
Before we were born.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking.
Anyway,
operative.
anyways, So I went to him. Listen, I need navigation. So I spent, I think, $800 to $1,000 to buy navigation. How to get to Queens?
Wow. Well, it was like one of those little.
One of those. I think it was a Garmin or something.
Came to Queens. You never came. You never went back.
I never went back. I never went back.
You didn't need it.
Hey, 1 second. So here's my question to you. Okay, let's fast forward. You got married. I don't know if there was any Bukharian, Persian, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys got married.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, how come you came to Queens?
Usually the girl goes to there.
Yeah, so she did. We lived in Brooklyn for like a year and a half. My son was born. My wife had to finish her master's for special education, and so my mother-in-law is her mother's gonna watch
help,
gonna watch my son. I was easygoing. I was okay. Let's go. We moved to whatever. They had an apartment here. Okay, we moved to Queens on top of Akarim, and I said I'm into adventurous things. I'll try something new. Why not?
So what was your impression or perception of the Bukharian community coming in? Okay, it's your
So I
2
tell you,
weeks, 1 month, 2 months in.
the first couple of years I hated it.
Wow.
I was lost. I was bouncing from shul to shul.
1 second. You hated it because you were lost, or
I
you
was
hated it because you felt there was problems in the community?
No,
I mean, not problems, but-
no, nothing about the community. I couldn't find my footing. Again, coming from Brooklyn to Queens is not easy. From Brooklyn, I was very popular. I knew everything. I knew every store. I knew every mechanic. I knew everything.
You're well connected.
Yeah, and now I was,
Sorry for scratching.
yeah, I didn't mind that, but then like I couldn't find that click. I couldn't find that,
Right.
and it was driving me crazy. And also I was driving back and forth from Queens to Brooklyn, back and forth.
So how did you view the Bukharian community in the first few years?
So I wasn't clicking with anybody. I wasn't. So long story short, I met Asaf Chaimov. I daven in Fresh Meadows with Rabbi Dahanis right now, and that's how I slowly. Then I liked that, and I started. I got close to him, and then slowly but surely.
How'd you find Asaf Chaimov?
So my father-in-law, they live in Fresh Meadows, and they had that shul by where Rabbi Dahan is now.
Yes.
So that's how it happened. I came, I think, Pesach time, and the Chaimos, they have a lot of very charismatic people, and I got intrigued, and it stuck.
How did you meet all these guys in the army board? The army board now, like you're very tight with all these guys.
So we were there from the Z League back then in 2000.
Z League, you were already for how many years?
I don't know, 10 years.
Were you there
Wow.
when season?
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
He's a legend.
I was there from the
actually
beginning.
went to finals
Elon brings you in. Elon we're doing it. He's like, yo, I'm doing this now. Okay, we're like now 7 Ishmael, whatever he says.
Elon is a mover and
So
shaker.
Elon and Itzik, I was very close to Itzik actually.
Who's Itzik?
Itzik was one of the founding
you know what
fathers.
Z League stands for?
No.
Zach's League.
Zach's
Who's
League.
Zach?
Itzik.
Itzik.
Who's
He
Itzik?
calls himself Zach.
Who's Itzik?
He's the founder of this league. He's my cousin.
You want? I'll show you a
Itzik
picture.
who?
Also his first cousin.
Also my first cousin.
Yo,
yes.
everybody's your
I have
cousin.
to. I have to
Him,
see him.
Igal,
He
Itzik,
moved-
they're all
he
first
moved to
cousins.
If I show you a picture
What's
of him,
his
you
last
know.
name?
Nisanov.
Oh, he was the guy the first day. He was there speaking.
He spoke. He has the hair, the glasses.
Skinny guy.
He started Z League?
Him and Elon Shamsi have started,
He used
but
to call
the
him
Z
Jordan.
is after
Him.
Itzik.
Zach. I know who he is.
After
I know who he is.
That's where Z League comes from. To all you little cats over there.
we're
That's where it came
legend.
from.
You're a legend.
When they're gonna retire my number?
1 second. So now you're living in the Bukharian community for a
Yes.
while. Do you consider yourself part Bukharian, or if somebody asks you, do you still?
So you have to ask my kids that. I always ask them, "Are you Bukharian or you're Persian?" I'm proud to be Persian, Iranian. I love that heritage. There's a lot of similarities with the Persians and the Bukharians, but yes, I'm Bukhari. People look at me, they think I'm Bukharian.
You fit in so well.
If you were to change one thing in the Bukharian community, what would it be?
We need to get more rebbeim. We need more rabbis. We need more guidance. We need more
How do we get that?
investing, money. We gotta attract them in, and money in the beginning. It's
And
all
build
about
them up.
money.
And build them up.
And build them up in confidence. But at the same time, the rebbeim, they have to give their blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah.
into the community.
Wait, so
Do you, 1 second. Do you have a Rebbe?
Rabbi Zavulunov, yes, he's considered my Rebbe. Yes, Rabbi
You ask him
Zavulunov.
for Shai- you ask him Shiloh.
Yeah, yes, he's a big honor. I think this was.
You ask him for
big
life
tzaddik.
advice also?
Unfortunately, no. To be honest, I don't.
Were you close with Rabbi Walken when he was alive?
I was very close to Rabbi Walken. Yeah, me and Rabbi Tomarzino were in there. I was very close
Every
to
day
Rabbi
we were there.
Tomarzino.
Every day.
Rabbi Walken was a force. He had a lot of chain. Rabbi Walken was so witty.
He's once in a generation.
Yeah, once. Yeah. So I was very attracted to
So
him.
let me ask you a question. Invest, you say money, invest. Who invest in who?
We have to look or build, or it starts from the bottom, from
That's
the
what
kids.
it seems like.
From
The
the
kids,
youth.
we gotta raise our own
My
kids.
son and your boys. We have to
Kollels.
Kollels is very nice. I
No, but
believe,
to come out with something.
yes, to give a lot to the community.
They should be-
because they need it.
They
Because
learn.
today
Yeah, but
we have
how do you teach kids
yeshiva.
to have a
Cheder. We have to have a yeshiva. We need to have.
Do you guys want to hear a crazy statistic?
So I'll come back into
I know everyone loves the statistics. I remember we were talking with
statistician.
a statistician.
Like,
yeah.
I'm the analytics.
No,
you're
but
the
I'm
They say
saying
all
this
statistics
is
like 80% of them are.
80% is my whatever. Anyway, I was talking. I remember me, Moshe Sedaib, and my brother Yehud and Nisanov. We were in Rabbi Chaim of Shul, and Rabbi Walken just came, and we were learning with Rabbi Ilan Meirov. Okay, you guys. This was probably, how long ago was that? Probably 8 years ago. 9 years ago?
Yeah.
9 years ago.
And
Okay, so I don't know
Rabbi
how
Chaim
much.
of Shul?
Yeah, Rabbi Chaim of Shul. And I don't know how much changed from then already. Okay, but
Right.
this is crazy. So Rabbi Meirov looks at Moshe Steib. He's like, what's the percentage you think of Bukharians that are not in yeshiva? So me, Moshe, Yuda, we're Main Street. As they say, we're closed-minded Main Street
In a bubble.
Bukharian kids. We're in a bubble. So Moshe said, how many percent are not in yeshiva? 10% not in yeshiva. My brother said 20%.
Wow.
One guy said 25%. And Rabbi Meirov was cracking up. He's like, you guys live in a bubble. He said, and I quote, I think he said 80 to 90%
Not in yeshiva.
are not in yeshiva. He's like, Bukharians.
Yeah.
He said, you guys live in your little bubble on Main Street. You're forgetting about Regal Park, Forest Hills,
Fresh Meadows.
Fresh Meadows, Jamaica Estates, Brooklyn, Borough Park. He's like, you guys live in a bubble. I still remember, I remember where I was sitting. That's how it impacted me.
Wow.
I saw Moshe Stipe's face. Moshe was like,
Dropped.
But you know what?
Moshe couldn't answer.
To be something very proud, the Bukharians came a very long way.
Yeah.
From what it was from communist Russia to what it's now, it's unbelievable.
big
And Michelle,
hurdle
and even
with
when you
There's
came,
no other community, which even I think the Persians are in Great Neck are lacking a little bit. That the uproar of the Bukharian Frumkeit
Right.
became is unbelievable.
So I will say something.
in
I'll
the
say
past 20
something.
years, into this type of generation with the cell phones and all the shtusim going on,
the amount of growth they did.
it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I agree with you. Let me just say something. As someone who, and this is what you're saying in regards to building from within, which is the biggest issue facing our community when it comes to rabbis and it comes to, let's say, a good school or even just a good place for people. Again, you want Rebbeim, you want a place to kollel, whatever. One of the biggest issues, we have a lot of Bukharian guys learning in kollel. We do, that most Bukharian people have no idea about.
Right.
And as someone who was in kollel myself, one of the biggest hurdles when you're learning in kollel and then you come back, I was living in Lakewood, but when you come back to Queens, family, whatever, a simcha party, it's like a frowned upon thing. People look at you as you're like some schnook. You know, your wife's working, you're wasting your time.
Not today.
A lot of people do.
no, a lot of people.
Again, there's a lot. Again, like I already said, the bubble we live in, the Main Street, a lot of Rabbi guys, a lot of like the more religious guys don't have that view, but a lot of people still do. And something I noticed in Great Neck, my wife's Persian, so I'm there a lot. What I noticed there in Great Neck is when someone is learning, there's respect. When someone is 25, and I don't mean like respect, like hi Rabbi, just a basic, hey, you know what you're doing is amazing. They look at you in reverence. They look at you as like, wow, this person is doing something great. And I think that, I mean, I have a brother-in-law's in kollel. I have my brothers in kollel. They don't live in Main Street. And when they come here, there is like, I see how my family talks to them. And they treat them like, you guys are wasting your time. Go work, go get a job.
look down on them.
They look down on them. We cannot build this community up if we do not invest in our own. And the only way to invest in our
First of all,
own
you can't build
is
this
by
community up
respecting
without
it.
Torah.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is the
And
people
then-
these are our troops, right? These are the guys on the ground. So we want a guy come say in speech. The guy's 18 years old. Go somewhere first to a top yeshiva. Go to a place and learn. Go sit and learn, right? You need time. You need to
cook.
You need to simmer a little bit. You need to sauce up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, you know,
And then once you get here, that's when we can elevate. But the problem is that lifeline a lot of times cuts short. A lot of Bukharians who are learning, they actually get Rebbeim jobs in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
A lot of them, right? You know this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them in Brooklyn. A lot of them stay in Lakewood. A lot of them go to Muncie because what happens is
Kaykov just came back, but yeah.
that's great. But I'm saying is overall, we have to have this level of respect for people to bring them back. So when they come here, they say, you know what? I feel at home. This is my home. So I go there for 5 years. I learn, but I know this is my home. So when I come back, I'll be able to build.
There's
I think that's what we're
I
lacking.
have a video on my phone right now, actually, of a Torah just did in the Syrian community. Torah just did their dinner for their school, and they have a video from Rabbi Eli Mansour's graduating class. Like all of them became like head of Sephardic Bikur Cholim, Mansour obviously, and a bunch of other people doing a lot of leaders in organizations. And then there's a video of his speech, Mansour's speech. He says, "We're all leaving to Eretz Israel. We're all going to yeshiva, but you should know, we're not leaving forever. We're coming back. We're gonna come back, and we're gonna build a community, be part of this community." We need to have our guys have that kind of vendetta. Like we're gonna come back.
Yeah, but I'm saying the problem is, here's the issue: is that a lot of times the famous Bukhari. I mean, we're coming from communism, right? So the famous Bukharian notion is that Torah is just a means to an end, right? This is the underlying issue, right? That I mean, Zaki can agree with me that especially in Bukharian circles, that it's just a means to an end. You learning Torah, you're going to become a mohel, you become a doctor, and I want to share something with you that's very interesting and that people really miss the boat on, and it's going to be a little bit controversial. So if you don't like controversial things, turn it off.
They love controversial
I'm going to
things.
quote Mark Twain. Mark Twain was actually an anti-Semite, a very famous historian, and he wrote a whole memoir. And
He was an anti-Semite?
He was famous. Yeah, he was actually a known anti-Semite.
But he's the one who said the biggest miracle is the Jewish people, right?
Not to be. He said he writes a whole thing that they survived Persia, they survived Greece, they survived. He writes
Egypt,
a whole essay. They survived Egypt. He writes a whole essay, and he says there's no reason. I mean, I'm going to paraphrase this, and you guys could pull up the essay yourself. I forgot what the essay is called. He said there's no reason for them to be alive. They've been persecuted, and they've been the minority for literally a millennia, for 2 millennia. And he said, there's no reason for them to be alive. There's no reason for them to be there. And the famous quote that Mark Twain had is, he doesn't have an answer. He says, what is the secret to their immortality?
Right.
Now, we know the secret. Now, we as a Jewish people, we have, so what's our secret? So
Let
now,
me stop you. I'll tell you that people say, "Oh, we daven." You go him daven.
no, shtiyot.
They do tzedakah. Everybody does tzedakah. At the end of the day, the Gaonim say it's Torah.
So that's what I was getting.
That's
That's
Torah,
that's what,
and Hitler said the number one thing that Jews have is conscience.
Yeah, right.
Conscience.
Inner morals.
We have Jewish people that have
yeah,
conscience.
but where does that come from?
From the Torah.
It comes from Torah. So meaning, like, where I'm getting to is like, it's funny. I was in Israel one time. I was in Chashmonaim, and one guy was saying that you should be able to go to the Harabai. He was saying a bunch of stuff that our mainstream Gedolim didn't agree with.
Right.
So he was saying that you guys don't know, you Haredim don't know what you're saying. Whatever. Okay, fine. We had disagreement. So I told him like this. I said, right now, if I want to become the best basketball player, if Michael Jordan tells me you take the cup, you pour it on your head like this, water on your head every day, and you take yolk and you put it on your feet, Michael Jordan tells me that, and he says you're going to be like me after 3 years, you guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If Michael Jordan tells me to do that, put eggs on your feet, water on your head, coffee on the floor, I'm going to do it. Whatever he says, right? We have the Michael Jordans in our religion, the Gaonim, the trailblazers, all the way up from Adam Arishon to Moshe Rabbeinu to the Nevi'im to the Gaonim to the Rishonim, and you go down, and they all have, and the Rav Chaim of Lodz, they all have a very similar answer of what is the most important thing, right? And the most important thing for us, and what is the secret to our immortality? It's Torah.
Yeah. 100%.
That's true.
100%.
100%.
It's not just, a lot of times people becoming a rabbi, right? People think, oh, rabbi, like you said, oh, you're a mol, what are you're shochet, what are you, sofer, or like what? You have to understand there's clerical work, there's like calling and, helping Shalom Bayit, that's one part of the job. But then there's being a Talmid Chacham. There's really knowing Torah wisdom and sharing this wisdom with the masses,
That's behind it.
Yeah, it's not just...
It's like jewelers. I don't know how to set a diamond. I'm in this trade already for 4 or 5 years. I have no idea how to set a diamond.
Right.
But I sell jewelry.
Right.
Yes.
Because I don't need to know how to set a diamond. I have people
And a
for that.
dentist can't do heart surgery, and
There's
they're both
just a lot of
doctors.
different things.
When we say rabbis that we should have a kola, and we should have schools that create rabbis who finished, whatever Shas, finished Shulchan Aruch and get smicha and then start teaching, and they're all like full of stories and full of chizuk and full of great things to say. it means that they have real Torah, not just check the box. I know how to do this and this and this and that, and I'm a cleric. I'm a clerical work. Like I know how to. I have office hours, and you come and I know it. You have real Torah holiness inside of you.
Now, see, the issue is, and I see this by personally when you see people who are, let's say, not as religious or don't have a strong yeshiva background, is that they say, okay, Torah is the most important, but like, rabbi, or sometimes they have an accent, sometimes they don't have an accent, like rabbi, like, I'm no shaykhs there, right? I'm not there. I'm in St. John's, I'm in this, I'm that, whatever it is, whatever. And I'll tell you something that I heard from Rav Blay, and it was something that if this, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody who's watching, if this doesn't change your life, you check your pulse, okay? You're probably dead inside. He told me something that was very powerful because I remember I came to him and I was struggling, Torah, this, that, whatever. So he told me something, he quoted the Zohar and he said, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, whatever, Yaakov had a bunch of sons, right? Where is the Malchus? Yehuda.
The kings.
But right, where's the Malchus? Where's the kings? Where's Mashiach coming? Who's the king? Who's the one? Who's the man?
Shout out to Yaakov Shalom of Mazal Tov for your brit. He could name the son Yehuda.
Okay. Yeah, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
So he's saying. So he says. So basically, I'm gonna paraphrase this very Torah because it's a little bit long, but I'm really gonna do it in 2 sentences because I'm telling you right now, if this doesn't change your life, you're dead inside. He said, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda. Yehuda's the fourth. Right? Why did it skip Reuven, Shimon, and Levi?
Right.
Why was Yehuda put as Malchus, as the king, for Mashiach to come, kings to come, all the Gedah? Why did it skip him? Mm-hmm. So he goes through it. He says, why? Because he switched the beds. Right? So now that's fine, you switched the beds. But because he switched the beds, he was so engrossed and so busy with tshuva, that he missed the sale of Yosef because he was doing teshuva and he was going to save Yosef, whatever. There was a whole cheshbon there. Fine. Right. So Reuven's out. Reuven was, he couldn't get over his mistake.
And Shimon and
Levi, they took out a whole city.
They killed Shechem.
Yeah, they killed Shechem. Yaakov rebuked them. And I forgot exactly the thing, but they also couldn't get over themselves. Right. After Yaakov gave them a patch on the mouth, what are you guys doing? They couldn't come back to themselves.
And
Yehuda, So then I asked my rabbi, I'm like, Yehuda slept with a prostitute.
Oh, yeah.
Yehuda slept with a prostitute. It's like Rav Ovadia right now, a girl saying I'm pregnant. And I know, but this is just to understand.
He was the head of Sanhedrin.
He was the
rabbi.
He was
chief rabbi.
He was the chief rabbi. He was a Nasi.
Yeah.
And the girl gets up there, and this prostitute gets up there.
Whoever this belongs to.
And she says, this ring and this thing, he could have kept quiet. He could have kept quiet and just walked away scot-free. You know how embarrassing it is for him to be like, he steps up there and he says, oh,
it's mine.
That's mine. Okay, now that's fine. You owned up to your mistake. That's part one. But Rav Blay says in the Zohar, part two was that he kept going. He kept going. He didn't go like, that's it. I made a mistake. That's it. I did this Avera.
Move forward.
I did that Avera. Yeah. He said, that's why the Malchus, the Mashiach, the kings, the Nazis, the leadership is going to stay by Yehuda because it's not, as Rocky says, it's not about how hard you can hit.
Rocky, I thought you said Rashi.
No, but I'm serious. It's not about how hard you can, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And I'm saying that's what Rav Bloy told me. He's like, yo, everyone's going to do Averos. 8 billion people are doing 8 billion mistakes a day. But it's about how do you recover from what you just did? How do you recover? Do you get up there? If you miss chakras, do you still go to daven and do you go, oh, that's it? If you don't know how to learn, do you go, oh, that's it?
You
keep
going. And on that note,
you keep going.
We're going to get to the power rankings, guys.
From Sinai.
One second, before you go forward, I want to talk about what Ari pointed out that goes towards the Army League. If I could talk a minute about it.
We'll give you a minute on that, yeah.
So I was there like I think a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where I saw all these kids that came to practice on Sundays and play basketball. It was unbelievable. I never had this as a kid, and even my son, we never had such a thing. And a shout out to Richie and to Elon and to whoever is running that whole thing. Unbelievable. I'm very proud, and like you said, going forward. This is really going forward. This is something that we got to take it to the next level and keep growing and growing and growing. And if it has to buy a building, but don't do it for love. Yeah. Do it because you really want to help the community, not for self-interest or anything like that.
Get something out of it. Don't do it like
exactly because people see through it.
Right.
People are gonna see through that.
Lishma,
I think a lot of people have been doing
Everything,
that.
everything was done lishma. Hatzal was done lishma.
Right.
Bekachon was done for everything.
That's the bracha. That's the bracha.
Exactly.
Toy drive yesterday.
That's if you do everything lishma with the bracha, with no self-interest, you're gonna have a lot of bracha in it, and a lot of people are gonna see it, and a lot of people are gonna donate and be involved.
Amen. Amen.
Whatever they have to do, we all have to be behind it.
Spoken
100%.
from someone who has been to many different communities.
100%. I've
Who's
seen
number
it
And
all.
on to the power rankings.
Da-da-dun,
This week, number
da-da-dun.
We should have that sound here.
week number
They have it in the
7.
Oh yeah.
week number seven, not 17, 7.
7.
At number 14, on the theme that Ari and everyone here is talking about, don't give up. We're gonna go with light green. A bunch of rookies. I know tensions are high, a lot of frustration.
Good team.
You know what? I think they lost every single game by a couple points. A good team.
They're a
solid
good team. I like that team.
But you know they're
I like
having
the
a hard time
access
winning.
between the two brothers over there too.
But it's a whole
Ermatayev's got to
team.
just control the ends of the games and you know.
Listen, they're
control the ball.
rookies. They're learning, right?
Yeah.
Again, like we said, you're gonna to all the light blue guys listening. You guys are like go as low, but
Why
you're
you
gonna
out
go
of
up. Don't give up.
light green, light green.
Light green. What did I say?
Light blue.
Sorry, shots at light blue.
Light
Everyone just got
green.
rocked also.
Yeah, okay.
Light green.
We'll get
Sorry.
there, don't worry.
Light green. You guys, you'll only be going up from here. Don't give up. Keep playing hard. You guys have a good foundation. Fix the mistakes, as you were saying. They do have a couple mistakes. They have a couple of things they need to fix on, which every team has. But they'll grow.
Next.
Number 13. I love you, Mishael, but I'm gonna have to go with gold.
It is what it is.
I just want to
You know,
say
it's hard for me to hear because my
Eitan.
boy Eitan, former MVP.
Listen, it's not how you start. You do your parent ranking
finish.
now. It's how you finish. I always said that.
1,000%. To all the people who don't remember,
You started 0-4 also last season.
0-3.
0-3.
we started 0-3.
Michelle, we want to know what happened with the shirt thing. Why'd you take off your shirt?
It was just came out natural.
Just frustration.
Because I believe in Eitan. I believe in the team. I believe we
Right.
should have won that. Especially Yaakov didn't
You
play.
gotta believe in Hashem. That's your problem.
We did. We did.
I believe in Eitan.
I threw a note that we're gonna win the championship. You guys want to say
Wow,
that?
that's a Muna. That's
Yeah.
a Muna.
So
What? So it didn't work out that game. You just got
it's-
frustrated.
yeah,
Yeah.
I believe. Don't worry.
Can you relate to us what happened? For all those who don't remember, Mishael was arguably hit one of the biggest threes in Z League history.
Whoa. Wow, Gold
That's
Team
all?
help us to win the championship. That's amazing.
That's funny.
Can we show it on one of the cameras?
Oh,
Show it
sure.
on the camera right there.
Yeah.
Right there behind you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I went to Lubavitch Rebbe's Kever.
Put it in the note.
Put in a note that we're gonna win the championship. So Bezat
The
Hashem, you
gold's
never
gonna
know.
get the gold.
Eventually, if it's not this year, maybe next year. Who knows? But
So what's that shot he hit?
I think Mishael hit one of the biggest threes. Him and his
Against
son
the best team ever in
ever assembled
That
in
was-
Z League history and won. What happened?
I was
there?
yikes after that.
One
after
second.
we won that championship,
And one
I
second,
won
first
it.
of all,
That wasn't easy.
He hit the biggest shot. Second of all, he beat the best team ever in
Who
Z
is
League.
this
And third
team?
of all, he did it with his son on his team.
Yeah.
His son also had big shots.
No, meaning this was the pinnacle.
The
After
biggest
that, he
stage.
could retire.
We could watch.
Yeah.
We could write a movie
Drop
on
the
that.
mic and just walk
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I wish we had the.
They had that was
Kaykov media over there.
Abayev, Daniel Yusupov on that team.
I love that team. That team was one of the best teams. Everybody listened. Everybody knew their role, and it was perfect. It worked perfectly.
What color was it?
It was yellow.
All right.
They're
I
the
remember.
team that beat Yakov Chaimov, Gabi Yakubov,
The blue team.
Nate Yochananov,
Right, right.
and
Shpatov.
Mishpatov.
And
So
Moshe Bar-
That's
Moshe
crazy.
Baruchov.
That's crazy.
Yudan Nisanov also. He has a lot of mazel. And Rafi.
Not so much. Not so much. As best. Next.
all right, on to number 12, right? We're at
So I
number
want to
12.
shout out David Nektalov that on my team they call him Wemby, but he had an amazing game and he has a lot of potential.
He had a good
I
game.
really believe in him. He had an unbelievable
He's gonna
game.
grow. He's gonna grow.
Yeah, we
He's
spoke
only
about
gonna
it
get
last
better.
week.
He's
He
only
needs to
gonna
be a
get
little
better.
more aggressive, and he fought.
Yeah. He was in the beginning of the season. He was a little sensitive. He was a little bit, couldn't figure a spot. But now he's
getting
coming
it.
around,
Yeah.
big
So they
time.
call it the old guys league. Old guys cannot run fast, so we can hit hard.
It's okay. Yeah,
So
we
to all the young kids,
we
you
played
guys
the
gotta
90s
show up.
basketball.
All the young kids who think they could drop 40.
Yeah.
That was the best video ever. Whoever made that video, I love it.
It was a little bit not nice.
We
but-
didn't see the video. He posted on the chat. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I saw someone showed it to me. The guy who made the video showed it to me yesterday.
Okay.
But I didn't see it on the chat. Was it posted on the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it shouldn't have been
But
posted
the
in the
kid,
chat.
Why
but,
not?
He took it with love. He
It was
took
fun.
with
It was
love.
funny.
He took it with love.
I don't know. A little
That
bit
just
ru-
get-
Part of the learning
rubbing in his
experience.
face. rubbing
Yeah,
in
it's
his
part of the
face.
learning experience. Number 12, we got Teal. Big win against
Light blue.
No, blue.
Blue.
Against
No, light blue.
Light blue. Sorry, light blue.
Light blue.
I said light blue.
Light blue. You're
You
right.
said blue.
I confused them in purple.
Light blue.
Big win.
Don't mess with the veterans.
I don't know what happened at the end of the game, but a lot of shots were falling. You saw the game? I was
Yes,
there.
yes.
I was at the game. Light blue is I'm a little bit worried about them, but we'll talk about that obviously when we
Elon
talk
figure
about
it
them.
out.
I'm not worried about
Elon's a
Teal.
good captain.
Teal is a lot of unknowns right now.
No,
No,
they're a
Teal-
very good team.
Teal is a very good team if they execute well,
Yeah.
Right.
and
they
if
gel,
the people on the bench run the team and manage the team well.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's what we this is the current theme the whole season. Teal's not bad. They're good. They just
They're a very good team.
the chemistry is a problem.
Nathan
And
Eliabayev.
Bro, they balled out.
Mordechai,
They balled out.
they came to play.
Yeah.
They came to
Hafizov,
play.
shout out. This guy also hit a couple
Bro,
of
the
big
guy
shots.
started out 3 for 3 on threes.
Yeah,
and then I just stopped counting. I don't know. what
Igal
happened.
Nisanov is Elon's kryptonite. If that's a very old
that's hilarious.
theme.
Yeah.
That's taking it back. Yeah.
That's advanced analytics.
That's advanced analytics.
That's
That's
advanced
advanced
You know,
analytics.
Elon has a soft spot for Eagle.
For people who know what I just said, they'll
Amen,
really
Yamin,
appreciate.
yeah.
Amen, Yamin, yeah.
Number 11.
Number 11, we're gonna go with Maroon. Not much to talk about. They didn't play this week, so
See, I would put maroon last, and I would put the light green over him.
Wow.
light
Wow.
Yes.
Listen, but Moshe Stibe's the businessman army.
He's a
Moshe
businessman.
Stibe's your boy,
Moshe's
bro.
there
Don't
just
do
for
the
the
dirty
draft.
like that.
After that, he checks out.
Wow.
Yeah, I would put maroon
They
last.
scored 90 the first game.
Doesn't matter.
Nah, after the first
Why?
game,
One
they've
second.
been,
Why don't you have illusion on maroon?
Just they don't have it. They don't have a rebounder. They don't have.
So you know what you're basically saying.
You know, Moshe
you
Stibe's
rocked them
rebounder.
in the trade.
I definitely did rock him in the trade.
You're saying it blew up on
But
Moshe.
I like Artie. I like Daniel Chaim. They're both amazing players. I really liked Artie. I really wanted Artie on my team. But when I had the opportunity for Eitan, no brainer.
Wow.
And I saw David Nektalov, the way he played in that practice.
They're trying.
I liked his potential, and I believe in him, and
If you guys
I
are
w-
playing maroon right now, who's winning?
we're winning.
First of all, they won. You guys won.
We beat them.
They
Oh, you
won.
beat them.
Yeah, the first game they played, they scored 97 points.
Yeah.
I mean, how are we going to compete? I just got rocked in this trade, and now the second game we played them, we won.
I mean, the
We
problem
barely won.
is you guys don't have a good record either. So it's kind of like who won this trade?
Yeah, it's
It depends
fine.
on Wemby. I mean, after what happened this week, it was a
Yeah,
close game.
whatever.
If he continues his growth, again, he's a rookie. He's going to keep growing and growing.
Season's not over.
You know, yeah.
That's how you
For
feel.
sure.
Season's not over.
Number 10.
Number 10, we're going to go with. Are you sure not? Oh, 11, okay. Number 10 is Gray.
Opa. What a
I love
beating.
you, Rabbi, but
We got
you
a
know,
beating.
you know what the problem is to all the entire Gray team? Like I keep saying this,
Honestly, that game was hard to watch.
it was
Yeah.
painful. I said it out of Kavod HaTorah. They should have
Thank
called
you.
the game.
It's okay. It's okay.
no.
You know, it's disrespectful.
No, it's not.
That's fine.
Just
It's
play
fine.
the
It's just a
game.
game. It's just
Who
a game.
cares
It's
what?
okay.
But I
It's
mean,
a points league. It's a points league.
well, everyone on white keeps coming to me, yo, if we beat black, we'll be. Don't worry about the rankings. Just go in and win.
Execute. We got to execute.
Execute, that's
yeah.
it.
We are a team that doesn't win on one guy going off. We're a team that everybody in our team has to play their role prop, and then we win. We execute.
What happened? Did you guys not play well, or did Jason just go retarded?
It was a combination of both. A
How many
combination of
points
both.
did he have? 58?
Yeah, we had 60 is great. 62, I think. 62. But the point is that our role players, including myself, that we're all lacking in one aspect. Culmination of that plus Jason was.
not a role player.
No, I'm saying our roles and what we need to do on our team.
you're saying
Our roles, we were missing. Responsibilities, we were all missing, including myself. And then Jason just was very hot. He was. Really, I think it was the hottest he played all season. It was nuts what he was doing. You know.
Yeah,
You know what the issue is?
there's
A
no
lot of
answer
teams
for him.
struggle with this. A lot of teams struggle with
But I
this.
want to tell you before you say it, finish. I personally and my teammates told me the same thing. It got to our head. We need to not put black in our mind. Oh, black. Just let that go. Just play your thing and do your thing. You know.
Musk 'em.
It got to our head. Intimidation got into our head.
Also,
Oh, yeah,
I think
they'll
a
get
big problem,
intimidated.
a lot of times, you start the game, you're down, let's say 15-5, it just kills your spirits. You start thinking, okay, you know what, they're going to beat us, it's over, the game's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You beat
You know?
yourself after.
Yeah, and you're done. That's it. You checked out, the game's
Yeah,
over.
right.
And
Yeah, but
you
this
win.
season there was a lot of comebacks. This
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of comebacks.
More on that soon.
Number 9.
So
Number
it's not over
number
till
9.
it's over.
Oh, I forgot that.
What?
Number 9, we're going to go with the blue team.
Navy blue.
Navy blue, yeah. A lot of hype before this week. A lot of hype on blue. and they asked me, we should be top 5. I said, listen, you won 3 games in a row, very nice. I need one more win. I need a nice showing. Give me a nice showing, and we'll put you top 5 because I don't see it yet. I see you had a nice run. Teams are starting to figure you out. Let's see what you can do. And
Coach Avi laid them rest.
They came to Coach Avi land, and they just got destroyed.
Everything was like 35 to like.
So
12.
from what I heard,
Horrible.
whoever comes to this podcast loses the next game. So there's a
Avi
trend. There's a
Avi
trend going
Rubino
on.
says.
Say what you want, but the door's right there.
I'm already losing, so maybe I'm going to change it.
Oh.
You that came on this podcast started winning.
Yeah, so maybe I told you guys mazel.
Yeah.
The only guy who won after the podcast was the guy who didn't speak on the podcast.
Avi Rubino?
Avi Rubino.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who won the next
Rob
week.
Kaptievos.
But he was
He
before
did
the
it
season.
preseason.
Before the season.
Whatever. Okay, next.
Okay,
Number
next.
8?
Number
question.
number 9.
Next question.
Sorry, that was number 9. Number 8, we're gonna go with purple. Big shout out to Coach Avi. I want to say something in exchange. I saw him the next morning by the LAR,
With a smile on his face.
and I said, "Yo, Coach, crazy game. How many points?" He's like, "Points. I played defense last night."
I don't know what defense. Defense is not his DNA.
36-year-old is playing defense.
Opa.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I heard your podcast. I'm gonna play defense. I want to shut you up. They're not scoring 80 points on us." And they took it personally.
Yeah.
That we agreed that Blue was gonna score 80 on them. They're averaging 80 a game. And as a team, they decided we're playing defense. If this continues, Purple will jump.
Really?
Yes, they're good. Offensively, they're very good. Defensively was the problem, and they played defense. They held them 60 points or whatever it was,
Right.
62.
Right.
They played defense. So big shout out to Purple, to all you guys. You see, this is why he's the coach. You give him criticism, and he learns, he picks up from it, and he improves.
Next time you see him, ask him how much film he watched. That's the coach.
You know, he has his advanced analytics stats 10 minutes after the game's over.
Yeah.
Like
That's
he
Coach Avi.
fast forwards and but dedication. Number 7. Sorry, we're gonna go. I'm really confused with numbers today. Number 7, we're gonna go with yellow. For the first time in Z League history, Eliran is over 500. So Mazal tov to him.
Wow.
You can talk the talk, do whatever you want, but yellow. Like I said, yellow. It's hard to put them higher because they also had some weak showings. So I don't know. What's gonna happen on
They
this.
have to be more sustainable.
I think they're the one team that I really don't like. If they beat Black, I wouldn't be surprised.
Really?
And if they
I would
lose
be
to,
surprised.
If they lose to light green, I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
I'm just confused with them. You know, it's just
The
really
flip-flop.
the flip flop. Yeah. Number 6, we're gonna go with light blue. Now, obviously, light blue lost to teal. I think teal was just hot. You know, a lot of people don't like when I say, "Oh, they had an off night." You know, to all those people who don't like it, I'm not gonna say names. I don't want to embarrass anyone. If you don't like when I say that, I will pull up your worst performing game of the year when you have 2 points, and I will say you're a tier 7.
Ooh.
How does that work? Right? Makes sense. We can go back and forth on that. But I think light blue. I think you had some worries about this pick, no? At number 6.
Yeah.
You want light blue lower?
Yeah.
Where
do
would
you
they
think
put
it should
them?
be?
Lower than yellow.
I think light blue is better than yellow. I think purple
It's higher than
should be
light blue.
higher.
Uh-huh.
So you're Coach Avi last year. Your teammates.
It doesn't matter, teammates, not teammates, just the way I feel. We can't never count out Yochananov. This guy is one of the
can wake up
best.
whenever he wants.
Yeah.
We'll
You know, he always wakes up like the last 2 minutes of the game, and the guy just explodes over 15 points. out of
Yeah, he
nowhere.
wakes up at weird times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's different by watching the game on YouTube and being there. When you're there, you see.
The intensity.
While watching it online, it doesn't show
Right.
justice,
All right.
really.
That's
You got to be at the game.
Yeah.
I used to be at a lot of the games. Now I don't, but
Show him by.
no, not that. My wife, Baruch Hashem, she lets me go every game. She encourages me to go.
Just 14
bring me home another chip.
14 teams.
So it's you gotta be there to see the players, not watching on YouTube. My opinion.
Number 5, we're gonna go with white.
Opa. Who they play?
I mean, they just beat, but Yaakov
Gold.
Chaimel wasn't there. They just beat
Yaakov Chaimov's having one of his best season ever.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Comeback
big
player of the year,
surprises.
no? Comeback player of the year.
What a mitzvah! What a mitzvah! Avi Rabinov got a sleeper. He picked him up tier 4, tier 5.
Player of the year.
No, tier 3 got him.
no,
round 3.
No, he didn't. Tier 4. I think he picked
Oh
him
no,
up.
he traded, I think, and got him in the first pick of round 4.
Whatever it is, Yaakov Chaimov is playing the best since, I guess, back in the blue. So, shout out to Yaakov Chaimov. He's having an unbelievable
they're playing
season.
He's doing good for being
Comeback player of
a
the
new
year.
captain. He's a
White
new
is going to be
captain.
so upset they're not higher.
So I want to just say this. At number 4, we're going to put Orange. Now, I personally think White should have been at 4 and we should have been at 5. I didn't grade Orange.
But it was just a fluke 3 games, so.
Again, Orange has some issues. I'm going to let Mishael explain why Orange is number 4. I didn't put them at 4, but I want to know what you have to say.
Tom is also playing amazing. He's having one of his best seasons ever since Egal. When he was playing with Egal and Josh Yonatan and Mikey, stuff like that. I don't know if you remember. He had a very good season. The problem is Tom is not a tier 1. Tom is more of a tier 2, but he's really playing his role.
Right.
So why are we at number 4 if we're on a 3-game losing streak?
Because I think the last game Tom came late.
No, he was injured. He
Injured, I don't know.
He was barely playing.
He
So
I'll
there
tell
you
you what
go.
happened.
If Tom gets healthy and Gabby starts getting real serious, doesn't do those shakes and stuff like that,
Half his season, he didn't have all his players.
We have not played. We've barely played a full team with a full team. Barely.
Yeah.
First 2 games we didn't have it. First 3 games we didn't have it.
I think this kid Barca in the beginning of the season was playing well, but I don't know.
He's on and off. He's
I don't know. We hyped him up and then he cooled down.
He's a rookie. Again, he has to learn his role. He has to be more consistent. We have to trust him more as a team. I think Tom is injured. He hurt his back. He wasn't supposed to play. I told him not to play. We were down by like 18, I think.
Right.
Well, I mean, it was a
But you made it come
22-point
back.
game.
You guys.
22-point game versus the green team.
43-20.
43-21.
43-21.
Yeah, 43-21. We're down by 22 points.
So they should have
Never
called
give
that
up.
game, right? They should have called that
No,
game.
20 is
No, there
okay.
was a lot of time. There was a lot of time.
And there was time. No, 30 is already where it's.
No, there was a lot of time. It was like
I
18
thought the
minutes
game was
left.
over. Tom's like, yo, I can't watch you guys. I'm like, listen, you're hurt. We're losing this game. Just sit down. And then his presence. He scored 2 points. He couldn't jump. He couldn't run. He couldn't. But he's huge.
Yeah.
His presence there. We won on a 24-4 run.
Wow.
Yeah.
Caught the game to 2 and ended up losing. It was a close game. But I think people need to realize. Again, people are gonna be like, oh, you guys lost 3 games in a row. Tom is the big piece. If you don't have Tom, it's
100%.
very hard for us to
Who
win.
else is your
He's in tier
rebounder?
2. Any team
not
without their
just
tier
tier
2 is
2.
not doing the.
But it's not a tier 2 in scoring. He anchors our defense.
I'd say any
That's-
second pick,
right.
if you're any team, I don't give a damn who you are. If you're missing your second pick, your team is playing on one leg.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
I already knows because he didn't
We had
have
that. It
the
depends.
dang-
Last year we had that with Eli Matatov and Israelov. Don't forget, and that wasn't so true. But
Number
generally,
3.
yeah,
Number
you're-
3.
you are right on 99%. Yeah, number 3. We're gonna go with Red. He didn't play this week. Red again. People think a little higher. Red didn't
I
play.
think they should be higher.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'll tell you why. Everyone wants to know why Red,
Red is
not
dominating.
Not,
Red is a defensive powerhouse. Jarayev has the second most threes in the league.
Drive is an amazing player.
Nobody can
Very
score
good
over
player.
50 points on them. Their advanced
I think
analytics.
they gave up
And
50.
To me,
And
Gabby's
Gabby's
also,
playing in
you
the
know?
next level also.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
64-54 against Maroon.
So whatever you say, Gabi,
They gave up
listening
Maroon.
very carefully.
So I'll
right
say
now.
why Red is 3 and not higher. They didn't play black.
So
They
what?
played. So hold on a second. They played green with 3 of top guys out. So I don't count that as a win. They lost to orange. They didn't play white. They didn't play light blue. So they didn't play anyone in the top 6 and win. Besides for green when we're missing 3 guys. So they're 5-1. But had they switched schedules, they could easily be 3 and 3.
Yeah.
It's not like you know what I'm saying.
4, yeah.
They don't. Okay, let's see how they play Jason. Are they gonna hold him to under 70 points? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna put Gabby on him. They're gonna
So
put
what?
Gabby and Jason.
With the amount of picks they set, you cannot lock them up with one
I
guy.
already see Red is playing well. Alex Kakirov, Gabby, they're playing one of the best games in a long time, and I really believe they're second team. I think they're better than Green. Wow. They have 3 amazing players.
Okay. Let's see.
I think it's close. Listen, we did play green this week. We played green this week. We played
Listen,
you guys. You
Alex,
guys beat us, but
Alex
I
Kakirov
don't
was a
think
tier 2. He plays a tier 3.
you guys are anything that crazy. What?
Alex Kakirov last year was a tier 2. Now he was a tier 3. He's playing a very good point guard. I see the way he passes the ball, shooting.
They're a good team. Again, offensively, they're all lacking. When you play a good defensive team and an offensive, then they're going to struggle.
If they get drive shut down, are they winning a game?
No.
Wow.
Against us, they score 40 points.
Okay.
If you
It's very hard to shut him down.
If you put, it's actually not that hard. He's a shooter. He doesn't drive really.
He drives also.
If
he's
you put an
strong.
amazing defender on
Jarayev.
him, if you put a really good defense on him and you guys have a good game plan, I think that we played them. We held them 40. Was it a fluke? I don't know. 40 is a fluke.
When did you play them?
More. Third game. I didn't even play, and we
You
still
weren't
beat
there.
them by 10. I didn't play. So I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they're at number 3. They're close to green. I don't think they're near black. Sorry, I think black is beating them by at least 10, maybe even 15 points.
I think it's gonna be a good game. Black versus red.
I think so. Yeah. They're not, again, number 3 is not bad. I feel like number 3 is very high.
Yeah.
They're an amazing team.
People think it's 1 or I'm 14.
Yeah, it's like 3 is like they get offended.
I
when
would
at 3.
personally put them on top of us personally.
Because
but-
you want to be at 14.
No. I'm 4-3. They're 5-1. Like they deserve to be number 2.
Yeah.
They're dominating. We are not. But whatever.
I broke down the records, and again, your loss to them really means nothing. So,
Number
anyways,
2.
number 2, we're gonna go with Green again. Green, we played you guys this week. Kaykov on the win. I know you got mad nervous when we made that comeback.
Of course.
But Green, you know what it is.
But you
Green
know what?
knows how to
Whatever.
finish.
Anybody will.
Green knows how to finish.
I'll tell you, and I want to give. I'm not. My team always complains that I don't compliment them enough on the podcast. But there's one thing that I really want to compliment them for. While you guys were going on the run, everyone sat down on the bench. Daniel, Nate, and Avi looked at each other. They're like, "Yo, we got this." Like
Wow.
they're not winning.
Cool as a
And this
cucumber.
is in the heat of the run. You guys were slapping us. We had no answer to the 3-2, whatever. Daniel, Nate, and Avi were just like not razzled, not not this, not that. They looked
got shaken
cool
up.
as they looked at each other like, okay, the run is over now. Let's get back in the game.
That's a championship team.
Let's win this
That's
game.
12 out of 14 teams would have tanked.
You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that and I remember I was trying to tell them, but to see as a coach, it's easy to be inspiring.
Yishep Nachas.
You know, as a coach, it's easy to say, come on, guys, get back in the game when you're not on the court or whatever.
Right.
But guys that are on the court, they look at each other and they get chizuk from
Every
each other.
team should listen to that. If you guys are down, you gotta act like that.
And they all look at each
calm,
other.
Even
collective.
after you lose a game, what you just said.
CCC,
Right, so whoever
cool, calm,
lost, whoever's on a
collective.
losing streak, you guys got this.
Yeah.
Don't fight. Figure out what to do.
Don't take
and
off
you'll
your
get
shirt.
it. That's it.
Number 1.
Number 1, I don't want to talk about them, bro. I'm so pissed off.
Why not? You're wearing
There is
their-
no
you're wearing
number
their
1.
color.
I'm wearing their color.
We're wearing-
Enough-
we're wearing
enough
their
said.
color,
Enough
black.
said. That's it. Please, whoever is playing them next week, beat them. We gotta get them back on the podcast, I think.
Let's have, who? Black?
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get
you
Jason-
want them to lose?
Just get their whole team in here. I don't even
It's
care.
all for you. Take it.
Yeah.
Bring
No,
Jason.
let's have David Nektal.
No, bring Jason.
Okay, two of them.
Hey, we gotta get Richie here.
Huh?
Oh, that's a good one.
Rich is busy right now with his toy drive and color
After
to this.
that.
Oh, he's
after
doing
that.
so much for the league, guys. I
Okay,
hope
guys,
you
go to the
understand.
Rebbe's cover. Put a note.
Put a note.
Be black. All right, guys.
Who's black playing next?
We'll check right now. What is it?
Uh,
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm playing purple next.
I'm.
But Nate Raffaello, by the way, is super injured. So I have a
22
3-week.
Is that gonna change? Is he gonna get better?
I think he has like a torn rotator. I shouldn't say this.
Take
I
him
don't
to
know.
the
Teal.
top.
They're playing teal.
Black
Oh,
is
they're playing my
teal.
brother's team. Ooh.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I love you, Teal. Anyways.
I believe in
That's a wrap.
the Nathan.
They can win.
They go.
Oh, we're playing each other next week.
Yeah.
Oh, when we're playing?
Not next week. We're off next week.
The next week,
Hanukkah.
the following game.
Let's start, but I don't want this like a 2-week break.
No, teams are playing next week, but only some teams. I think there's just Monday, Tuesday. That's it.
There's gonna be a big balagan with the winter vacation.
I've been saying that. We have to
there's-
do something about
Who
that.
is your pick for MVP this year?
Oh yeah. Before we sign
A lot
off.
of good
Three
options.
people.
Jason.
No, let him.
I think
pick.
Duraev could be
Jurayev.
Duraev.
You know, he's the first person to say that, but he has got a good point.
Okay,
to lead a team
let
5-1.
him pick
Yeah.
3.
Jason, Duraev. Who else? As a
MVP.
A lot of people say Yohananov.
Let him
No.
pick. Don't tell him
I don't
anything.
think Yochananov. I don't know. I got to think about it.
Eitan.
No, we're 2-5.
Yeah, but the Caver, the Rebbe, the Node, you're going to be whatever.
Okay, again, we're not
6
done
and
yet.
6.
But who's playing amazing? I think Eli's playing amazing. Also, Eli Yakubov.
A-Train.
E-Train.
I think he's playing. He's keeping.
So you're
Avi
getting-
Rabinov was worried about that team.
You're getting on the train.
Yeah, I think he's better than his brother. Coach Avi. Yeah, I think Eli.
Lock it in, guys.
crazy
We're gonna get. We're
I
gonna,
like
we're
Eli's
gonna,
game more than.
We're recording this and putting it on the
He's
chat.
gonna get such a hard
And
on.
3 people for DPOI.
Defensive player. I don't know. Truth is, I'm not there. I don't like to watch on YouTube, but you have to be there. Who? I don't know. Daniel, is he playing good defense?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he did a good job on Gabby.
A
But
lot of
whatever.
people-
Danny.
I think Gabby. Gabby actually. I'll put Gabby. I'll put Gabby
Okay,
Chafiso.
Danny, Gabby, one more.
Maybe Moshe Barkov. He kept us in check with Eitan. He played well.
Okay, well there's.
He is a good defender.
I mean,
He's a good
I have to
defender.
think Johnny Barkov should be there, but he's
Johnny Barkov.
on the black team. He's very good.
Moshe Baruch is not a bad pick, though.
He's not a bad pick. Okay,
He's a good
so that's
defender.
3 DPOIs, 3 people for finals.
teams.
Black, red, and gold.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Do you have faith in yourself or the Rebbe?
Both.
Who do you think is the most overrated team in the league?
Overrated? Give me some options. I think yellow.
I mean, I think
yellow.
you think
team
green
you
is.
think that
You
people
literally
are like-
skipped over green for finals.
I think yellow's overrated. I think even though we lost to them, but I don't think they have what it takes. Elon's team is a little bit overrated.
What about
But
Light blue,
that's
yeah.
light blue,
Yeah, Yohanan's team.
And I think also Gabby's team, blue, a little bit. But
yeah.
Listen,
Those
they
two
slapped us. But yeah, there
Yeah,
you have it,
whatever.
guys.
Shabbat
That's just my
shalom.
opinion.
Shalom.
What are you
Mishael,
gonna-
you did a great job.